Hi guys, and welcome to today's video. Today I'm so excited to be trying almost an entire face of the Ulta Beauty Collection. For those of you that don't know, the Ulta Beauty Collection is Ulta Beauty's in-store line. It does cover everything from skincare to cosmetics to bath care, soaps, body scrubs. But today I have almost a full face of beauty products to try. So I've never tried any of these products before, so it's total first impressions on everything. So one of my favorite things about the Ulta Beauty Collection is that Ulta is really great with their gifts with purchase. So when I got these products a couple months ago, I picked up just a couple Ulta Collection products, the highlighter, brow products, things to supplement what was going to be coming in my gift with purchase. For the spring gift with purchase, it came with this super cute little pebble faux leather bag. It also came with a blush and bronzer little mini palette and a little mini eyeshadow palette. It also came with lipstick, lip gloss, and deluxe samples of the poreless face primer as well as the eye primer. It also came with travel wipes, a blush brush, and a mascara. So knowing that all of those goodies were coming in the gift with purchase, I think I only had to spend like $20 or something on Ulta Beauty Collection products to get the free gift with purchase. So I just picked up a few of the items that were not included in the gift with purchase that would give me a full face of Ulta Collection. So I'm so excited. This is a really cost-effective way to try new products, especially since so many of them are full-size regular products that you could just pick up in the store. But I'm gonna have to take a leap of faith and assume that the quality on these travel palettes are just as good as the ones that you would buy individually. There are three things I do not have in the Ulta Beauty Collection. One is foundation. I'm going to use this MAC Pro Longwear. Concealer, I will be using the It Cosmetics Bye Bye Under Eye. And setting powder, I will be using the Laura Mercier Translucent. I am kind of going to speed through those because they're not Ulta Beauty Collection, so I'm not going to take a lot of time to show you how those work. First, I'm going to talk about this mini eyeshadow palette. This is so cute. The theme is bloom, spring, florals. All of the shades are named after flowers. So here we have peony, lilac, hyacinth, wisteria, maple, and tiger lily. So as you can see, they are all very pigmented. Peony is pretty light, but that's going to be a really great transition shade. Lilac has a super pretty frost, and so does wisteria and tiger lily. Overall, it's looking good. Now I'm going to test out these wipes. Super soft, good size. They feel very durable, and they smell nice too. And of course, they took off that shadow with no problem. I always start with my eyes so that I can clean up any fallout. So I'm going to take the eye primer, and since it's in a tube, I'm going to put a little bit on my little glass plate here, and I'm going to use a brush. Ooh, it's really thin and creamy. I'm used to my MAC paint pot that's really thick. This is really light and creamy. That made it really easy to just put a super thin layer on. And it dried really nicely. That was a good surprise. That was nice. Now onto our eyeshadow. So I have a fluffy brush here. I have peony on it, and I'm gonna put it in my crease as just kind of a prime color. Give everything else something to stick to. If you're fair skin like me, this is gonna blend into your skin super easily, so you really don't have to be perfect. Next, I'm going to swap to another medium fluffy brush, go into hyacinth, and I'm going to be a little bit more precise in my crease. Next, I'm going to go in with wisteria on my finger, and I'm going to pat it onto my lid, and then I'm going to pat lilac into my inner corner. Of course, you don't always have to put a lighter color in the inner corner. Sometimes it just adds a little bit of depth and dimension and brightness. And we had extra shades to play with, so why not? Now I'm going to go in with a little bit of a longer, dense brush, and I'm going to take the shade Maple, bottom middle here, and put it in my outer crease to give a little extra depth. Now it's time for eyeliner, and I have the classic felt tip eyeliner in black. Okay, first impressions on this eyeliner. It is really liquidy. Even though it's a felt tip pen, I feel like some of the pigment did bleed. So you can see right in here where it kind of bled down from when I was applying it on the inner corner. It didn't happen as much on my left eye, but when I very first started it on my right eye, it did. This one in particular has a really great pointy tip. It's very precise, it's very nice. So you can create a really nice line. It's very sharp. That was a very crooked line, but you get what I mean. But this tip in particular is very firm. It doesn't really flex a lot and move. It's not soft when you're applying. So when I drew my top line, it was really just a line. It didn't really kind of mold to my eye and fill in some of those gaps. I really had to sketch in some of those spots. It looks like it's probably gonna wear well because it's taking some effort to come off with a wipe, and I just drew that on there. Okay, now I'm going to apply some skincare, some sunscreen, my foundation, my concealer, and my setting powder, and I will be back to finish off the rest of these Ulta Beauty Collection products. And I'm back. So now we are ready to move on to our face products. First, we're gonna start with this little mini palette with a blush and a bronzer. First, I have to say I'm not that excited about this blush because it's sparkly, and I just have a thing, not necessarily against sparkly blushes, but for matte blushes. I think if any of your products are going to be sparkly, I prefer it to be a highlighter. The whole purpose of blush, highlighter, and bronzer is to manipulate the light and the shadows on your face. So bronzer and contour is to enhance the shadows. Blush is going to give you a little bit of dimension, and skin doesn't usually sparkle, which is where I like the sparkle in the highlighter because you do get a little bit of that light and shimmer on your skin from the sun. So although the blush is sparkly, I am so very happy that the bronzer is not. I definitely have a thing against sparkle bronzer because shadows don't sparkle. So that made me so very happy. I do start with my contour. I'm going to use my contour brush. It is an angled brush. This is a tiny little pan, so we're just going to work with it. And I generally only add contour or bronzer to the little hollows of my cheeks here because that's where I get the most natural shadows in my face. And I know you can't tell, but I'm actually only pulling the brush down, lifting it up, and bringing it back up. I'm not actually rubbing back and forth across my skin. And the purpose of that is to keep the same natural contour that you already have, where it's a little bit more dense back here and it kind of lightens up in through here. So you just kind of flick it like that. Bring it down my jawline just a little bit. And now we're going to move on to blush, and I am going to use the brush that I got with my gift with purchase. The blush is kind of flicking glitter into my bronzer, so you know how I feel about that, but I think we can try to keep that clean. Okay, I don't like this brush, and the reason I don't like this brush is it's very firm. For example, my blush brush that I normally use is bigger, it's fluffier. This one it's like soft, but I don't know how to describe it. But I just know that I don't like this as much as I like this, so I'm gonna switch to this one. As with everything with makeup, it's very important to blend, so make sure that you're not leaving any crazy lines. For highlight, I like a little brush like this guy. He's soft and fluffy. And I picked up the Duochrome Illuminator in Prismatic Fairy. I don't know if you can tell, but it does have more of a pinky purple shift, so it's a little bit more cool toned. For me, I prefer to keep more of a silvery icy highlight to a gold or bronze highlight. I feel like the cooler tones are more flattering on my skin. So for highlight, I just kind of added a little bit around my eye, right through here, above my brow. We get a little bit of that glisten in the sun, and then I bring it just down across the top of my cheeks. I don't usually bring it in further than about halfway across my eye. And now we'll do brows. First, I'm going to start with the spoolie on my brow pencil. I'm going to kind of brush my brows up and tame them into place. Next, I'll take the pencil side and I'm going to kind of define under my brow and then over my brow using light little sketch marks. And I'm just going to define the edges And then once I've got my edges, kind of just draw little sketchy hairs in any empty spots. Once I have shaped my brows and filled in any sparse spots, I like to go in with a tinted brow gel. This is in the shade Auburn. Tiny little brush. So I like a tinted brow gel because it's going to give you a little bit of depth and dimension in your coloring, as well as really help your brows stay in place and kind of lock that product in. Brows are done. Now I'm going to curl my lashes for some mascara. I have the Maximum Lashes in Jet Black. This mascara is for defining and lengthening. At first glance, I like this brush. It kind of reminds me of the new Fenty mascara where the sides are different shapes and lengths. That tells me that as you put on the mascara, you can rotate the brush, swipe again, rotate the brush, swipe again, and you'll get lots of different lengthening and defining effects with this guy. It's also more of a plastic brush than a fiber brush, if that makes sense. The little ridges are plastic and not little brush hairs. Last but not least, lips. Have the Lux Lipstick. Okay, that is super soft and creamy. It's very light. It's not drying at all. And just for fun, I'm gonna add the Jelly Gloss for a little extra sparkle. A little goes a long way with that jelly gloss. Okay, now that we have our final look, it's time for my final thoughts on this first impressions of the Ulta Beauty Collection makeup products. Eye primer. Obviously, this is just a first impressions. It's not a full wear test, so I don't know how it will wear, but application was very nice. I liked it. Eyeshadow palette. This is a limited edition free gift with purchase. I don't know that you can find these exact shades, so instead of talking about the shades or the palette, I just want to talk about the formulas. The mattes were a little chalky and not my absolute favorite formula, but they'll work in a pinch. The shimmers were gorgeous. They applied very nicely. I think they all wore well together. I think it's a great final look. I would definitely look into trying the individual eyeshadows from the Ulta collection. I'm sure it's just like every other brand. Not every single shade, color, texture, formula is going to be a hit, but I think there's definite potential here. Eyeliner pen. Not my favorite felt tip eyeliner pen I've ever used, but it was a really great option. It's only $9. I think it's less than half price of the other brands I've used. Blush and bronzer. Again, this is a limited edition product, but I'm gonna go based on the formula that we tried here. Blush, I think I would like this in a different color. It kind of is a little patchy and corally on me and the shimmer thing, but I would be interested definitely in trying a more natural color and especially in a matte. The bronzer, I really liked it. It blended very nicely. It applied well. Blush is a question mark. Bronzer is a win. Duochrome Illuminator. I don't know if you can tell on camera, but in purple, it's very person. In person, it's very purpley pink. It's a little bit unnatural. I've used the diamond highlight from Too Faced that is kind of an iridescent mix with kind of that cooler tone purpley base, and it's really pretty in person. This is a little bit more festival-esque. It applied nicely and it is pretty, but I would not pick this color again unless you wanted a purple highlighter. Brows, brow pencil was great. Just your typical brow pencil. Brow tint, yes, it worked in a pinch. I do prefer my Anastasia one more, just based on the brush. So here is the brush that comes with the Anastasia Tinted Brow Gel, and here is the brush that comes with the Ulta Collection Tinted Brow Gel. But if you don't want to spend the money for the ABH, the Ulta worked in a pinch. Mascara, I think the mascara was one of my least favorite products we tried today. I thought the brush was kind of difficult to use. I really felt like I had to play with my lashes for a long time to get them all coated and separated and looking their best. I don't think it's terrible. Again, it worked, but there are lots of other options for mascara in the Ulta Beauty Collection line, so maybe this particular one just wasn't the right one for me. Lipstick. This lipstick was super super soft and creamy. It comes in 36 different colors, so you're sure to find a color that works well for you. But overall, no complaints. It was a nice lipstick. Last but not least, we have the Jelly Gloss. This probably isn't a color that I would pick normally, but it looks really great over this lipstick. It does have a little hint of sparkle to it, which is always nice. And it's always great to have an easy, inexpensive lip gloss in your bag. So this one is great as well. Like I said earlier, if you are interested in trying these Ulta Beauty Collection products, always keep an eye out for that gift with purchase. It's a really great way to get additional things to try. But I know I love a great deal. A great deal with great makeup is even better. And that's it. Those are my thoughts. So now it's your turn. Let me know in the comments below what you think, or if there are any other products you want me to check out and try. If you enjoyed hanging out with me today, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, ring the bell so you know when I launch a new video. Thank you all so much. Have a great day, and I will see you in the next video.